It's been a long day. You have been on from morning to night. Your body is tight and tired and you're so ready to go pass out, but your mind is still racing. This 10-minute head clearing, body soothing video will send you on your way to a peaceful night's sleep. I'm Rini, and in this video, I'm going to guide you away from tension into relaxation so you can drift off into dreamland. Before you just drag your tired body into bed, give yourself 10 minutes to get down on the mat and really soothe your body and mind for a great night's sleep. You'll need a roller and an air-filled ball, and I'll meet you on the mat. All right. You might be starting this with that racing mind, but hopefully within 10 short minutes, you're going to be like, and ready for a good night's sleep. So we're going to start off on the roller. Sometimes I find that if the mind is moving really fast, it can be nice to have enough stimulation into the body that you really feel it. It gives your racing mind just enough to latch onto and change the channel here. So you're going to come down onto the roller with your head nice and supported. We're getting close to that time on the pillow. So we're going to lie down. We're going to use that roller as a bit of a pillow so you can reach those hands behind you and play around with your shoulders, like wiggle yourself into position here and play around with that position of your head on the roller so you can really feel the base of your skull, that bony structure right where your head becomes your neck. You really want to focus on that area being in contact with the roller here. So if you shimmy your shoulders so they can drop into that space behind the roller, and then your head is nice and nestled. And you feel that compression of the foam roller right into the base of the skull, and you want to be like, OMG. Once you get settled, you can move those hands however they're comfortable, right? Maybe you like them behind you because it allows you to offer yourself a little bit more direct pressure, and you can like almost squeeze those shoulder blades a little bit, and it gives you a little more oomph into the technique here. If you don't have that range of motion available to you through your shoulders, or if it just feels better with your hands down by your side, that is just fine. And you can move your head and neck through that range of motion of no, right? Side to side, left to right. And maybe you can even angle your chin down towards your chest a bit. I know when I dip my chin down towards the chest, I really feel that stretch, those lines of tension reach from my neck down through the shoulder blades. Even a little bit lower, honestly, depending on if I get the bite just right, I can feel that reach pretty far down my back when I dip my chin down towards the chest. And so after you've taken a few passes through that range of motion to explore, you can choose a spot that feels like you would like to linger a little bit longer in, and really just allow yourself to begin to settle into the position, into that compression, settling into the stretch, or it's like, oh my gosh, that feels so good, right? You're looking for enough feedback and enough sensation from your body where you notice that your thoughts are beginning to fade a little bit, right? Because that sensation, it's captivating your attention enough to allow you to begin to like really have a different experience in your body. You're shifting from a more mind-led situation to where your body is like, it's time for bed. Like, let me take over here. I got this. So allowing that sensation to fuel your body's experience. Settling down here is what we're going for in this video. Just allowing your mind to have a little permission to like slow down. And we're doing that by looking for some sensation. The objective here is to feel, to not think and have racing thoughts. And sometimes when we feel enough, just by the process of being able to feel, the mind begins to slow down. And so at any time, you can hit pause and stay here for as long as you need to. If this is working for you, that's great. But without really even interrupting your process, just go ahead and reach for the ball. Reach for your ball. We're going to scooch that roller out and we're going to trade from the ball or from the roller to the ball. And what we're going to do is we're going to take that ball into the same area where the roller was, like right at the base of the skull there. So I have the ball definitely more on my head than into that softer part of the neck, right? I'm definitely on the bony structure of the skull here. And just notice that change in density, right? That change in density, it really kind of dials back the intensity, but you still feel this. I know you do. It was almost as if that firm compression of the roller into that soft squishiness of the ball, it almost made me like a little dizzy. It just took me a second to get my bearings, right? And so allow yourself to, if you need to, you can wrap your arms behind you again. And it's almost like you make a little diamond shape with your fingers so they can support the ball behind you. Your knees can be bent or extended here. And again, I really like that little dip of the chin towards the chest. Highlight some of those lines of tension that are appreciating this stretch here. And while you're here, go ahead and check in with your jaw. Just make sure that you can even open your mouth a little bit and close it, just to encourage you to shake out any excess tension that you might be holding in your jaw. Allow your eyes to relax behind closed lids. And bring your attention from your head and neck down into those shoulders. Again, allowing those shoulders to just drop down into the ground, into the mat, as a way to encourage them to begin to soften simply because it's time. It's time. It's time for that mind to quiet so your body can rest. So your body can rest instead of just pass out and collapse, right? This in-between stage of going, gone. That in-between stage is so important. So you can dial everything down instead of just cut the system off. Just a slow power down. So little by little, those eyes are softening behind closed lids. You're relieving your jaw of any excess tension that it may be holding. And you do that by finding a little space between your teeth. Your shoulders are softening, which allows your chest to kind of drop down towards your back and into the mat. Your breathing begins to slow, and your head and the space between your head can really feel and appreciate the squishiness of the ball. Right, just take a moment to really feel the squishiness of the ball under your head. It's like that little bit of squish literally gives your brain a chance to kind of float around up there. Maybe you notice those eyes beginning to shift behind closed lids, a little side to side. And if you're quiet enough, maybe you can even feel that cranial rhythm. It's like there's a little internal movement that's happening. So I'm going to invite you to stay here for as long as you need to, until you notice that that mind chatter is all but gone. And then you can bring your restful self into bed at your own time. And I'll see you on the other side of dreamland. Take good care.